from Edinburgh. Skating out of Edinburgh and D-side in 15th place going into this free. And it is a routine, if it's skated well, to die for. Sinead and John Kerr. Music from The Matrix. Chris has rejoined us and we'll talk to him, see if he's got any more info after this. Well, that was a really sharp start. This program a complete contrast to their original dance. The Matrix never dragged for a moment. Yeah, it's hot out there. And look at that contingent from Britain. Just fantastic. And they did themselves proud. A bold routine and they skated it pretty well. Just one dicey moment I spotted, but apart from that, no trouble at all. It was top class.
It really was. It is incredibly hot out there. It's as tougher arena as you could imagine to skate in. Not because of the atmosphere. The atmosphere really does help, but the air in there is so dry. The skaters are finding it very, very tough indeed. And that was great. I loved it. And it really shows their versatility. Just marvellous. And look at that. John can't believe the support that they've got there. It is fantastic to see.
And the Brits are leading it, of course. But the home crowd here in Dortmund have taken to them. Yeah. Really, really hot. Joan Slater must be proud.
Yeah, just towards the end there, they just seem to be wobbling a little bit. It's almost as if her legs had gone a little bit towards the end. It was very, very tough and a demanding program. Goodness me, it was challenging. They didn't hold back. Tremendous spirit. Loved it. Real focus.
And haven't they taken to the big time, like ducks to water, these two? We saw it in Budapest, but even more so here.
Yeah, they're going to go from strength to strength. Honestly, Simon, if you'd seen them at the British Championships, already we're seeing a completely different couple. They have improved. They've taken the title. They've said, right now, we are the champions. Watch this space. And I don't think there'll be any touching them for the next couple of seasons, the next few seasons.
They've certainly moved up a level. 15th place, let's see if they can move up. It's the Israeli couple they're gunning for, Natalia Gudina and Alexei Beletsky. I don't think they're going to move up above the Russians, who are top class. They're in 13th, 2 above them. I think the Russians are looking upwards, but let's see if they can move up 1 place.
The weight of mark
4-5 up to 5-1 for technical merit.
That's good.
And presentation, yeah.
5-4.
Just the best. First place, and the crowd are going crazy for him. Well done. They've left their mark here, and it is the Canadians who lead,
Canada,
with the Americans in second place.
Marie-France DUBREUIL, Patrice Lauzon.
So it's the Americans Megan Wing, the Canadians Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe lead. The Americans second, Melissa Gregory and Denis Petikov. And Svetlana Kulikova and Vitaly Novikov in third. Next group then, Marie-France DUBREUIL and Patrice Lauzon. Remember, it was they who fell in the original dance. Galit CHAIT and Sergei SAKHNOVSKI in 8th place. Can't believe that they're down as low as that. It is scarcely credible. A couple who won bronze in Nagano 2 years ago.
Representing Russia, Oksana Domnina, Maxim, SHABALIN.
A couple in 10th place, the Russian number 2s, Oksana Domnina and Maxim SHABALIN.
Aus Frankreich, representing France, Isabelle DELOBEL, Olivier Schoenfelder.
For France, the French number 1s, French national champions for the last 2 years. Striking outfits. Isabelle DELOBEL, Olivier Schoenfelder. Just in with a sneak of a chance of a medal. But it's very much an outside shot.
Representing Italy, Federica Faiella, Massimo.
And here are the successors to Barbara Fusapoli and Maurizio Magalio. Federica Faiella, Massimo Scali in 9th place.
Es beginnt nun die 5-minütige Einlaufzeit.
Your 5 minutes warm-up has started.
Well, I think here, Simon, the Israeli team will be out for revenge. They're going to go hammer and tong in this free dance, trying to get back a couple of places. skate with so much speed. It's electrifying to watch them out there. This should be an exciting group, and the atmosphere really building in the arena.
There's a message in from Clifton saying, we like your comments, that would like to see you, please. And
oh, no, you wouldn't.
Sarahan saying the feed is coming from German TV. They're not interested in showing the British commentators. I'm afraid the reason is, Chris, it's not a pretty sight.
For once, Simon, I agree with you. And it doesn't happen very often.
Heute möchten wir besonders begrüßen und willkommen heißen.
See how it's filled up now, the Westfalenhalle. Very difficult to spot an empty seat now. And I think we're in for some debate later on. Whoever wins from DENKOVA and STAVISKI, or Navka and Kostomarov.
Well, it's right down to the wire. The Russians last to go, so we won't know until the end of the evening. But it's going to be a battle royal. And I can't wait to see these two.
No. Be difficult to see how they can remain optimistic. If it goes against them again here, they may feel the writing's on the wall. This is a crucial performance, I think, from them. Crucial performance and crucial marking of their performance.
Well, let's hope they skated well. Yeah, sad to see them go, because they've given us so much pleasure over the years, but there's no talk of that. I think that if things don't go well here, when you look back at their history, they've prone to change the team around them. They've got the best people working for them, both diplomatically and technically. So if they can't do anything, nobody can. They have a lot of self-belief.
And I think you'll find when they skate that Chris and I are not anti-Israeli.
Far from it. Absolutely far from it. I love them.
Yeah, and we've been there, well, amongst their biggest supporters over the years, and have shared in their triumphs and have been a little mystified at their downside. Nor are we anti-Russian, which we were accused of earlier today. Great face. Marie-France DUBREUIL and Patrice LAUZON. Key thing for them is to get yesterday out of the system. Wasn't what they wanted, but forget the past. Muriel Boucher-Zazoui, we saw a shot of her there.
Yeah, the skaters really trained to do that now. It's not focus on the competition as a whole. Take each section as you get to it and focus on the job in hand. Just think about what you have to do. Certainly this afternoon or this evening in this 4 minutes. What's done is done. You can't change history, and you can't change what the judges are going to do. All you have the power to do is change how you skate and affect how you skate. And that will be told to these skaters time and time again.
There's 1 minute remaining in your warm-up.
Canadians just getting some fluids on board. That's vital in these conditions. And we've seen some of the skaters, in fact, in the ice dance, sucking a lemon before they go on, just to keep the juices going in the mouth. They're so important. There's confirmation of the lineup for this penultimate group.
There's confirmation. Canadians to begin. Then the Israelis, then the Russians, the French and the Italians.
Ich darf die Paare nun bitten, das Einlaufen zu beenden.
Your warming up has ended. Please clear the ice. Thank you.
We're waiting for the final group. under an hour's time.
Next couple to skate.
So here they go, just a reassuring look.
Representing Canada.
In 7th place, any chance of a medal gone. Skating for pride here and to lift themselves up a couple of notches if they possibly can. Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon. Canadians by birth, but relocated to France now, skate in Lyon with Muriel Boucher-Zazoui. Here's their free dance. Terrific. That is some comeback from those two. For me, that was the ideal mix of intricacy and an open routine which really portrayed what they were trying to convey. And considering the disaster of yesterday, that was heads-up stuff. Performances of character there from Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon.
Yeah, it really was. I enjoyed it. It was difficult too. Kept your interest from start to finish. Good speed, loads and loads of energy and aggression. They attacked every single element of that program. Thought the circular step sequence was fabulous. Really good footwork in there. So firm with the holds. And they're absolutely down and out at the end of that.
There's not much held back. And yet it was tight and controlled all the way through the 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think they were right on the edge, to be honest. It was a case of giving it absolutely everything and just tinkering with the limits. And that's what it's all about. If you want to reach the top, you've got to give it 110%. 100% won't do.
Well, they want to reach the top, and that's why they relocated from Montreal over to Lyon. Mind you, there are worse places to be than Lyon. Lovely city. But there they are with Muriel Boucher-Zazouille. They've been there for a couple of years now, and their performances have really risen. Second in the Four Continents Championship, nearly their first big win.
Yeah, you feel when you look at this, it's only a matter of time before they really break into the big time. Fantastic ending. And that's when you're absolutely exhausted. It really is an indication that they're still struggling to get their breath back.
Yes. Marie-France was World Junior bronze medalist back in 1990 with Bruno Ivar, our trainer. We've seen him earlier on. These two have been together now for 8 years as competitive skaters.
The range of marks between 5.2 and 5.5.
Should go into the lead by some way, those marks. 5.2 to 5.5, 5.7, 3 5.7s. So it's Canada first and second at the moment. And these two emphatically the number ones.
Next couple to skate.
Will it stay that way?
Representing Israel, CHAIT
after this performance?
SAKHNOVSKI.
Another exhibition type performance were guaranteed from these two. Bronze medalists in Nagano, 6th last year. They're 8th going into the free. Can they reverse the trend? Here with clowns, CHAIT, Sergei SAKHNOVSKI.
speed of the footwork of these two is really uncanny. Oh yes, just amazing.
Just sensational. Well, seeing those pictures, it's very difficult to believe if it's true that this is a couple on the decline in the judges' minds. I've seen no sense of decline there in that performance. It was just amazing. Frenetic at times, and yet always seemed to be under control. I couldn't spot a dicey moment. Great fun. Amazing intricacy. Daring lifts. Quite a package.
Yeah, I loved it. As fast as ever. And you can't take your eye off them, can you? Once they start, it's compelling viewing. Just fantastic. They absorb you into the program. I've got one query. I didn't spot the back twizzles. I saw two sets of forward inside twizzles, but one of them should be starting on a back edge, and I couldn't see them. And if that is the case, there's a 0.5 deduction, but let's hope they were in there, but I couldn't see them.
But I think we need the slow-mo camera to actually appreciate some of the intricacy, though. A couple of those lifts were mind-boggling.
Well, that's probably why I couldn't see the twizzles. They're in there somewhere, but they were so damn fast I couldn't pick them out.
Maybe.
It really was electrifying stuff. God, they must be fit. Well, here's the forward inside ones. And saw those twice. Look at those expressions. You just can't give any more, can he?
He has a captivating presence. He really does. Tatiana Toroseva. First skaters they were from Israel ever to medal at World Championships when they got bronze in Nagano. Now, are they going to overtake the Canadians? 5.2 up to 5.6. Yeah, 5.8. It's looking better for them. It looks like they're going to take first place here. Yes, they are. 5 judges to 4. CHAIT and SAKHNOVSKI lead at the moment.
Nächstes Paar.
The next couple
So it's all happening right now.
Aus Russland.
representing
Now the
Russia.
second Russian couple. Runners up to Navka and Kostomarov in Russian nationals. She's just 19 years of age, he's 22. 7th they were in Budapest, lying in 10th place, going into the free. Vivaldi's Four Seasons Tango for Oksana Domnina and Maxim Shabalin. Great step, like straight step sequence. Well, it's getting to the stage now where it's just a privilege to sit here and watch these quite amazing routines, the culmination of a year's work from couples of the highest talent imaginable. Oksana Domnina, just 19 years of age. What a talent she is.
SHABALIN.
And I'm trying to be fair to Maxim as well, who really played his part in that, but spellbinding routine.
Yes, it really was. Last year, these two junior world champions, and a year on, they really have earned their place and fitted into the senior ranks now, and groomed as worthy successors to Navka and Kostomarov, who I would imagine would retire in a couple of years' time, and these two will step straight into the breach. And the Russians have got another team behind them, Kubikova and Novikov. You can imagine them.
You certainly could. They could be first and second.
Well, that'll be the game plan of the Russian Federation. Bet your bottom dollar. Ruble.
Wasn't this so expressive? Every beat of the music.
Just beautiful to watch.
And the music moved them in every way.
The coach, Alexei Gorshkov, is getting quite a formidable team together. As we'll see with the Bulgarians in a little while, who really do have a red-hot chance of a gold medal. Look at this, the lines all the time, getting the maximum out of every push, but always getting the extension and the unison.
Well, it's the Israelis who lead at the moment, but that would run it close to me. But no, judges haven't really gone with that. 4-9 down to 5-4. Little surprised that's muted. I don't know if that's a bit of prejudging. Third place for these two, which is their allotted slot. A wry smile from Oksana. Maybe she knows.
Next couple to skate.
Aus Frankreich.
Yes, plenty of support for Isabelle and Olivier. French champions for the last 2 years, 9th last year, but they go into this free in 6th place. Quantum leap. And they leapt 3 places after Nagano, so they really are being marked out as a couple for the future. Can they fulfill that? Maxim Rodriguez Merlin for Isabelle DELOBEL, Olivier Schoenfelder. France searching for successors to the Deschênes. And these two have certainly been marked out as a couple for the future. I said after the last couple that it's a pleasure now to sit back and just enjoy it. It's so subjective, but you can only say what you feel. I actually felt that didn't move me as much as I thought it was going to. One dicey moment, of course, when she was struggling for a hold in one of the lifts, but other than that, there was nothing wrong with it. It just didn't move me nearly as much as the previous performance from the Russians, or indeed from CHAIT and SAKHNOVSKI.
The thing I love about these two is the basic skating skills, particularly of him. Olivier is a fabulous edge worker. He really does get the most out of the skates all the time, loads of power, and she complements him with that. So I enjoyed that, and I always enjoy watching them skate. I can understand what you mean. There wasn't perhaps the emotion in that performance that we've seen in the previous two. But nevertheless, a lot to admire, and he's skating with an injured hand as well, which in ice dance is not easy. But they did have a couple of dicey moments, one particular that you spotted in the serpentine lift, where she struggled with the hold. But there was another move which I think could be a violation, where she went down onto the toes of her boots, and in the rules both skaters must have one blade on the ice, apart from when you're doing a lift, of course. But in a move like that, you're supposed to have the blade on the ice, so there could be a 0.1 deduction on that. But nevertheless, really, really enjoyed it. Roman Hagenauer, the choreographer of the free dance. And this was the move. Now, her blades are definitely not on the ice there, so there will be a 0.1 deduction as long as the judges pick that up. Loved the concept with the very, very novel beginning and ending in a similar vein. Now, anxious moments. Big range there.
Yeah, 5.2 wow. Up to 5.7, and look at that for presentation. 5.4 up to 5.8. So the people who really know don't agree with me, and they have them in their allotted spot first, but it was close.
Next couple to
Another couple in ninth place.
Representing Italy.
Federica Faiella, Maximo Scali.
Coaches just a few weeks ago, now with Joan Slater, perhaps on a temporary basis, you never know. Federica Faiella, Maximo Scali. Music from Piazzolla. It's over. Federica Faiella, Massimo Scali for Italy. And it worked. How it worked. Yeah, plenty of forza. But not at the moment for Massimo.
Well, the crowd have gone absolutely wild at this one. A lot of Italians here. And he is really overcome. They skated the program very, very well. Don't think they could have done it any better. And the preparation for this World Championships has been mighty tough for these two, having to change coach between the Europeans and the World Championships. Just incredible. Joan Slater stepping in. She's been working with them over the past couple of seasons.
Ottavio Cinquanta on the right there, the president of the ISU. There is Joan. He's going to take some calming down.
Well, I think they're ready for a holiday. End of the season.
Yes. He certainly looks as if he needs a holiday, but you can see the relief just pouring out of him. I have to say, it's going to be difficult for them to move up because the couple just in front of them, CHAIT and Sergei SAKHNOVSKI, they've moved up one. And can they honestly get past DUBREUIL and LAUZON? Going to be very, very tricky.
Well, the important thing for them to, at this stage, really, is to stay inside the top 10. That would have been the goal here. And I think they've skated well enough to do that. And if they achieve that, everybody in the federation is going to be pleased. What a magnificent lift that was.
But isn't it all about trying, at this stage, just to move up one place or two places if you possibly can for the future, not necessarily for this year?
Well, it is. It's all about, as well, just laying down the performance, and that's what they've come out here to do. They've got to. They can't alter anything that happens over the next minute and a half. All they can do is skate the performance of their lives, and I think that's probably what they've done. And with all the changes and everything, it's a little bit too much for him.
Not great marks, 5-1 to 5-4. For presentation up to 5.8. Now then, fourth place with 5 to go. That means, yes, they'll stay in ninth spot. They're not going to move. And with Domnina and Shabalin doing so well for Russia, one place behind them, that's no mean achievement. So that's the situation then. DELOBEL and Schoenfelder, a country mile in front at the moment for France. Then it's CHAIT and SAKHNOVSKI. Congratulations to them. Same tariff as DUBREUIL and LAUZON, but because they finished ahead of them on the free, they go into second place. Then Domnina and Shabalin for Russia, wing and low for Canada, Gregory and Petyukov in 7th place. And Sinead and John in 9th with 5 to go. It means that they have moved up one. And they will finish 14th, which is terrific in their first World Championships amidst the standard that you've seen. Title. Tatiana and Roman Kostomarov have never been as close as they are to the ultimate here and winning the gold medal. It's the first time they've been favourites. So are they feeling the pressure? That's the first question we put to them.
It's not stress, but it's different feelings. It's something special, and you know, you spend your time different way. Before I go to each event and I spend all my energy. Now I try to be more inside, and it's something different, changed for me.
Well, it's a quite extraordinary story. I mentioned it to you before, but it bears telling again. Back in '99, they had a partnership, and Roman decided to leave the partnership and go off with another skater, Anna Semenovic. Didn't work out. Meanwhile, Navka got married, had a child. Kostomarov made a phone call, and they're back again.
We think we have a good chance.
We hope about that, of course, and that's why we start to skate again together. That's why, because we was imagine that what we can, if we're gonna work hard, we can be the world championship. That's why we start skating together.
If we didn't feel it that, we will not start to skate.
Well, they were convinced, but Alexander Zulin, Tatiana's husband and the coach of the pair, wasn't initially convinced that this was going to work.
When they came on ice first time, and I said for myself, probably that would be a crazy idea. And I would say 10 days I was living with this feeling, because they look heavy and kind of, you know, I was thinking like maybe it's too late. But one day they just start to get better and better, and I feel, wow, like, you know, maybe it might be something.
And last month rather, in Budapest, they won the European title. Just astonishing story. And it'll be even more astonishing if they can win the world title right here. But they have had some critics about their program, some of them saying that they have a lack of technical difficulty.
In all this competition, we have the highest mark for technical levels. So I think we can answer like that because we got the highest marks, so for technicalities. And also we take, this year we chose this program, and we try to be different. And I think in this style what we use today, not a lot of couples can did it this style what we're doing today. And I think we can do everything.
Well, they regrouped and started their amazing journey 4 years ago. And in the next 20 minutes, half an hour, will come their moment of truth. First to go in the final group, GRUSHINA, GONCHAROV, then it'll be BELBIN, AGOSTO for the States, DENKOVA, STAVISKI, Winkler and Lohse, and Navka, Kostomarov. You'll be back with us right after this. So we're ready to rumble here. They certainly are. Tanis BELBIN and Benjamin AGOSTO second up. Once again, thanks for all the messages, particularly from Ali from Turkey, who's been putting me right on my maths, and I perfectly understand now. Slip of the tongue and brain not working right. I perfectly understand now that Ando can't win tomorrow in the free if Cohen finishes second to her. And thanks for your efforts. Now then, let's concentrate on this. So many viewpoints here as to who's going to win. A lot of people, and I think Chris included, think that DENKOVA and STAVISKI are going to turn it round here. Go on, I'll nail you on the spot here, Chris.
Okay, I think it's going to be Bulgaria, Russia. Could be these two.
I think it's going to be.
Could be these two.
I didn't think it was going to be until last night.
No.
I think last night changed my mind. Not so much yesterday afternoon, but last night.
Yeah, I tell you what, it depends. It really does depend how they skate, because this is a dicey one for them. They have to skate this free dance really, really well. It's not as good as the original, but the crowd may make the difference. They can just lift something special.
All they need to do, and Ali will confirm this, is to get third place in the free, and they are there. And it would bring the house down. Is it their day of destiny? couple that very nearly split up on many occasions. They have had a tempestuous relationship on and off the ice, these two. But they're still there. At times it didn't seem very likely. And this may be their reward for sticking it out.
Well, it'd be great for them. It'd be great, fantastic for the German crowd here who've come to support them. But what about these two going from strength to strength? Tanis Belbin, Benjamin Augusto. 7th last year in the final group. That would have been their goal for this year's championships. And there's loads of support and loads of banners that have got Kati and Rene's name on. And there's the man.
Yes, picked out by the crowd. A rather shy smile. He won't change. Even if he won the gold here, he won't change.
He's a real superstar around here. Well, that's the lineup, and what a lineup.
Bulgaria have never won the gold medal. It'll be the first time ever in any of the disciplines that Bulgaria have won gold.
I just have a sneaky feeling.
Russia have won it a few times, 25. And second to Russia, Great Britain with 17 golds.
Thank you.
You'll go back a bit, don't you?
You do have to go back a bit.
But you can remember them all, can't you?
Enough! Ukraine first, then USA. Bulgarians go third, then the Germans, and then the Russians. It couldn't be better set up. And there's the most famous German of them all in this sport, Katarina Witt.
Nächstes Paar
Next couple to skate,
aus der Ukraine.
representing the Ukraine. Elena,
So,
Ruslan,
to start.
Goncharov.
Not the most popular couple, you have to say, in this arena. Not that anybody's got anything against them, but because they hold the coveted third place that Winkler and Lohse want. Skating to a number called Hanging Escape. 5th last year, bronze medalist in the Europeans. Can they make it double bronze? Elena GRUSHINA, Ruslan Goncharov from the Ukraine. Outstanding. It could be that they are to lose third spot and be denied a medal, but they could not have done more to try and ensure that that didn't happen. They've been knocking at the door with steady improvement since they first started in Worlds back in 1998. 13th they were then, and they've moved up all the time until right here they're poised for their first medal at Worlds. Klein Morozov and Shailin, who won last year, of course, in Washington. Have they done enough? Winkler and Lohse making their preparations backstage. They won't have seen this performance, but they'll be aware that it's gone down pretty well.
Yeah, they'll be expecting that it's a flawless performance from these two. And there were some death-defying moves, and that was one of them. It really was a breathtaking performance. Speed, passion, aggression, and technically very, very difficult. Now, I can tell you that Kati and Rene have really got to go some, and the crowd have got to get right behind them.
Well, you can be absolutely sure of the second part of that, especially after they sense blood from last night. A lot of them may feel that they managed to make the vital difference, and they may well have done.
They may well have done, yeah, you're right. It's
the judges can't help but be influenced by that kind of crescendo of noise, however much they might try and defy that and negate it.
Yeah, there's something that doesn't come across on the television. It's spine-tingling, isn't it, when the crowd do get behind you.
And those are very good marks.
Very good, yeah.
Remember, 9 of those will count. Very good for present now.
Wow.
I think it's going to be mighty tough. They're not going to get better than that for presentation, are they, Winkler and Lohse?
No.
It's only the first mark that gives them just an inkling of a chance. The door may well have been closed there by that outstanding contribution from GRUSHINA and Goncharov.
Nächstes Paar.
Next couple to skate.
Aus den USA.
Now to the couple in 5th place going into this free.
Tennis, BELBIN and Benjamin Agosto.
4th World Championships. The best they've achieved so far. 7th last year. It's going to be better than that, that's for sure. Bernstein's West Side Story for Tanith BELBIN and Benjamin Agosto. captivating performance from Tanis Belbin and Benjamin Agosto. Amazing as it may seem, the USA have never won a gold at World Championships in ice dance. It's a staggering fact. They've been close a number of times. 13 bronze, 6 silvers, never a gold. I think this couple will win gold. Maybe in about 4 or 5 years' time. Certainly after several couples retire after the Olympics in Torino, they'll be one of the favourites. Don't think there's going to be a medal for them this time. But they're good, very good. I just wonder about the difficulty in that routine at this level, whether it was difficult enough.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable, wasn't it? And it just drew you in. You couldn't stop watching it. Wonderful to watch. But yeah, there are question marks as to how difficult it was. The circular step sequence I thought was good. The straight line step sequence I thought was good. Plenty of content in those two required elements. Lots of sequences of twizzles, which the judges are looking for. But on the whole, it was the drama of the program that was the focus and the main attention, rather than the technical content. So they may suffer slightly on the first set of marks, but I did enjoy it, probably as much as any performance tonight.
Yes.
She is just wonderful to watch, and she played the part so well. And he sells her, not that she needs selling, but he does.
Yes.
Just great together. There wasn't a moment through that program where she let the emotion go.
And can you imagine if she does, if they do win the world title, the kind of money that's going to be at her disposal.
Hey everyone, Mary, Mom, Dad. I love you guys.
Dr. Muller.
Everybody in Kenton. What's up, Canton, Arctic Edge?
Coached by Igor Spilband, Marina Zueva.
Wow.
Oh, there's a good marks. Hey, what's happening here?
Wow, that is
very
good.
good marks. Now then, how close are they to the couple from the Ukraine? Second, but only just. Very, very close thing.
Next couple.
So here we go then.
Aus Bulgarien.
Representing Bulgaria.
They've been on the up all the time.
DENKOVA, Maxim, STAVISKI.
Can they do it? Pipped at the post at Europeans by Navka and Kostomarov. Is this going to be their evening? From Sofia, Albena, DENKOVA, Maxim, STAVISKI. Music from Handel.
Well, that was mighty close. Just clipped the boards as he went round there.
What a story it would be. Can they possibly become the first Bulgarians to win a world title in figure skating, in the whole of figure skating? They would be superstars in their home country if it was to happen. Maxim originally from Russia, but now has Bulgarian citizenship and firmly skates for Bulgaria. There's the pride on Gorshkov and Petyakov's faces. They couldn't have skated it better.
No, she looked down and out in the last 30 to 40 seconds of the program. My heart was in my mouth a couple of times, but she came through unscathed. Fantastic performance. Boy, oh boy, that is a difficult program. Technically, really, really demanding. And they gave it everything. My goodness me, didn't hold back. Could it possibly be?
Sixes?
I doubt it, to be honest.
Well, they've been handing around like bouquets all week. Why would they not do it here? Different panel of judges, I know. But if you get a six for falling over, it's a possibility.
It is a possibility. I think if they were last to skate, it would be for sure a certainty. Look at that, just unreal lift. I think my head had come off if we tried that.
And if any of you are from Russia thinking I'm being disrespectful to Plushenko, I don't mean it at all. He's a supreme talent. But you know what happened. So we've had sixes in the pairs, we've had sixes in the ladies, we've had sixes in the men's. Surely tonight, in the final ice dances, where sixes could be handed out, they will be.
Well, we're going to find out in a moment or two. Here we go.
Yes. The moment of truth. Well, it could happen. Up to 5.9 for technical merit. And the elements. Yes, they are. A couple of sixes. And a very solid set of marks. It's going to be very, very tough for Navka and Kostomarov to overtake those. They're not nailed in as gold medalists yet, but it could be. He won bronze against all the odds last night. Can two more Germans do it here? It's an absolute crescendo of noise here. They know what they have to beat. The music, entitled Day and Night. The skaters Kati Winkler and Rene Lohse.
Einen neuen Tag nach dieser Nacht. Leuchtet ein Morgenrot, wenn die Welt vom Schlaf erwacht.
Even more phenomenal when you think how noisy it was and the danger that they might miss the music. It seemed to me they were foot perfect. And in their moment of truth, no problem. And there's someone who knows what it's like to live with the highest possible pressure. Double Olympic champion. I think it's going to happen.
I'm not so sure. I don't think the crowd will like it. I just don't think it will. I don't think it was good enough.
Aren't there two things there?
They sold it well, but yeah. To me, it was empty.
There'll be uproar if they don't.
Yeah.
I can't pick. I'm firmly on the fence, Chris. I'm surprised at what you're saying.
I'd love them to do it. I really would, for him, for them, for all that they've all been through. Rene from his injuries, they've hardly had time to get back together. They couldn't have skated it any better. The crowd are doing what they can, but unless I'm missing something, the technical content of that program was not enough to beat the Ukrainians.
Remember, they didn't go to Europeans because he injured a ligament in his knee. You wouldn't have known that, would you? At all.
No, very strong. Well, there was one point, wasn't there, where he was stood on his left leg on one of the lifts, where he got a bit of a wobble, not really secure on that, and my heart went in my mouth at that point, and I'm sure his did. In fact, I'm sure Kati's did, because she was upside down at the time.
Wow. Stand by. Hold on to your chairs. Remember, Navka, Kostomarov in still to come, and you have to presume they're going to be first or second, so they have to be second here to the Bulgarians to get the medal. Martin Skotnicki. He must have been proud at the way they did it, but is the routine good enough to pull them through to a medal?
Love the concept. The idea was great. And I think they've done a tremendous job to get back together and cope with all the pressure. We've talked about pressure this week, and there's plenty here.
It did look fun, and that was one of the chief objectives. To keep that element of fun going. I think she's pleased with him.
I think so. Well, he has done well.
Here it is. Can the judges possibly deny this will, this gigantic will within the Westfalenhalle here in Dortmund? Looks like you might be right, Chris. 5.6 up to 5.8. I don't think that's going to be good enough.
They need excellent second marks.
They've got it.
Oh, they have. Unbelievable.
So good, the computer bust. But they've got it.
It is incredible. I'm amazed.
By the narrowest of margins. Winkler and Lohse. One judge has them first, surely from Germany. But congratulations, and whatever we think of it, you have to say congratulations to Winkler and Lohse after all they've been through. Germany will be on the podium again this evening. Now, can they keep their focus, which they've been displaying all season? European champions. They led going into the free. Will they pick up the gold in just around 6 or 7 minutes time. Tatiana Navka, Roman Kostomarov. Pink Panther routine, and then some Austin Powers. This is their moment. What a night. What a night. How do you say to them, you're not going to be gold medalists? I can't. I think it was good enough. So different to differentiate, though, between the handle music we saw from the Bulgarians and that fun routine there from Tatiana and Roman. Is their dream going to be realized? Well, it's being received almost as well as Winkler and Lohse's routine. Now, before the Bulgarians started, you said the Bulgarians. Changed your mind?
I haven't got a clue.
Nova. Quick chat with the Germans, Winkler and Lohse. They're with Petra ringside.
Was für ein Abend für Kati, Winkler und Rene. Lohse, du kannst gar nichts sagen, hast du gerade gemeint.
Petra saying, what a great night.
Reden, weil ich einfach kaum glauben kann, dass
Kati
das
saying,
für uns hier liegt und
we're virtually
dass
speechless.
wir unsere erste 6,0 aufbekommen in der B-Note und
Doesn't have a clue why it went so well.
Ich kann kaum was sagen.
Saying she can't believe they're third. And she says she's feeling really emotional.
Wie war das Gefühl, heute hier in Dortmund zu laufen?
Also ganz ehrlich, wir wollten einfach nur gut laufen. Wir wussten, wir haben nach hinten Platz.
Really supportive.
Wir müssen nur gut laufen und irgendwie...
They're feeling, yes, we just wanted to do what we could and produce our best performance.
Ich habe auch wirklich das Gefühl gehabt, es kann heute nicht viel schief gehen.
Didn't want to put on a special show, just wanted to do what they could. But they had a feeling it might be their day.
Hier über die Bühne und es hat funktioniert. Also es war nur eine kurze Sekunde, vielleicht in der Mitte irgendwo. Und dann habe ich aber gesagt, ey, einfach fighten und unglaubliches Gefühl.
Just one
Vielen Dank, dass ihr kurz
second where they thought they might not get the medal, but after that they were pretty optimistic, and well, congratulations to them. Now then, pay you good money not to have a clue, but hey, I'm with you, Chris.
Yeah, I really, how do you decide? They're so different. It's just completely different. I loved it. If I had to make a choice, I'd probably go with the Russians.
Yes, I would, but it is so subjective.
But I was wrong with the bronze medal, so don't listen to me, folks. Let's see what happens.
This is their chance. Will they have another one?
Oh,
they're very, very good. Remember the sixes that the Bulgarians got for presentation? Can they do it? Yes, they can. Sixes all over the place. Navka and Kostomarov have won the gold medal. What a massive performance. What a competition this is for Russia. Winners of the pairs, winners of the men's, and now winners of the dance as well. Tatiana, Navka, Roman Kostomarov wins the gold, win the gold. DENKOVA and STAVISKI, how must they feel? Silver medalist after a spellbinding performance that got sixes. Just as in the pairs, sixes weren't good enough to secure the gold and the bronze.
The victory ceremony, ice dancing will follow.
Winkler and Lohse take the bronze. A simply staggering evening. So exhausting. Sinead and John Kerr move up one to 14th spot. Congratulations to them, but you have to feel for two couples in particular. You have to feel for the Russians, the Ukrainians, GRUSHINA and GONCHAROV in 4th place, and you do, above all, have to feel for DENKOVA and STAVISKI. A quite momentous night, and I hope you enjoyed it.